Welcome back to chapter number 1, exercise number 1.3. Well, in first period, we have discussed different 7 very important concepts of this chapter number 1. That is Euclid algorithm, as well as how to find out HCF and LCM, and how to convert a rational number into terminating decimal number. In second period, we have discussed exercise number 1.2, that is on the basis of how to find out the HCF and LCM of two numbers. Similarly, we have also discussed find out the HCF with the help of Euclid's algorithm. In exercise number 1.2, we have studied about prime factorization of a number. And let us start exercise number 1.3. We have also, the name of this chapter is real number. So rational number plus irrational number combined together, it gives you a real number. Well, here in exercise number 1.3, let me solve example number 1. Prove that under root 5 is irrational number. Here, to prove root 5 is irrational, root 3 is irrational, root 7 is irrational, even root 11 is irrational, we have to use one special method to prove this. You know, the name of this method is, and that is indirect method. We have already studied this in 9th standard. Proof, there are two types of proof. First one is direct proof and another one is indirect proof. Indirect proof, there is one method, that is contradiction method. So here, to prove under root 5 is irrational, we are using indirect and contradictional method. So let us assume under root 5 is rational. You have to prove that under root 5 is irrational, but you have to assume that under root 5 is rational. Now you know the definition of rational number. Any number is in the form of p by q, then it is known as rational number. So we can write under root 5 is equal to a by b, where a and b are co-prime numbers. So when you square on both the sides, you get under root 5 square means 5 is equal to a square upon b square. So you can write a square is equal to 5b square, the box number 1. So from this we can write a is a factor, 5 is a factor of a square, because a square is in the form of 5b square. So 5 is a factor of a square. But we have studied the third concept in lecture number 1, theorem number 1.3. If a prime number is a factor of a square, then prime number is also a factor of a. So you can say 5 is also a factor of a on the basis of theorem number 1.3. So we can write 5 is also a factor of a. So you can write a is equal to 5c, because a is in the form of 5, because it is a factor of 5. So a square is equal to 25c square, and this is known as box number 2. Now box number 1 is x square is equal to 5b square. Box number b, that is a square, is equal to 25c square. You can compare these two. So we can say 25c square is equal to 5b square. So b square is equal to 25 by 5 square, means b square is equal to 5c square. So you can write 5 is also a factor of b square. So according to theorem number 1.3, we can say 5 is also a factor of b. So here 5 is a factor of a, 5 is a factor of b. So a and b have one common factor, and this is 5. This contradicts that a and b are co-prime number, because here we assume that under root 5 is a rational, means under root 5 is equal to a by b, where a and b are co-prime, means there is nothing common in a and b. But here we prove that a and b have one common factor 5, which contradicts our assumption that a and b are co-prime. So our assumption is incorrect. So under root 5 is a rational number is incorrect, and that's why now we have proved that under root 5 is a irrational number. This is known as indirect proof, contradictory proof. Well, so here you have to assume root 5 is irrational, assume root 5 is rational, then use your logic, then you come to conclusion that your assumption is wrong, and that's why what is given to you, that is true. Now let me solve another example. On the basis of the same thing, prove that under root 5 is irrational. Now second example, prove that 3 plus 2 under root 5 is irrational. 3 is a rational number, but 2 under root 5 is irrational number. Here you have to prove that 3 plus 2 root 5 is irrational number. Again use same procedure, that is contradictory method, indirect method to prove this. Suppose 3 plus 2 root 5 is a rational. You know, now use the concept of rational number. So we can write 3 plus 2 root 5 is equal to a by b, where a and b are co-primes number, means there is nothing common in a and b, and that's why they are known as co-prime. So you can say 2 root 5 is equal to a by b upon 3. When we transport 3 from left hand side to right hand side, it becomes 2 root 5 is equal to a by b minus 3. So we can write 2 under root 5 is equal to a minus 3b, cross multiply. So a minus 3b upon b. So under root 5 is equal to a minus 3b upon 2b. Now you know a and b are integers, and that's why a minus 3b is also integer and 2b is also integer. So a upon a minus 3b upon 2b is nothing but is a rational number, because integer upon integer is equal to rational number. So a and b are integer, so the combination of a minus 3b and 2b is also integer. So integer upon integer is a rational number. So a minus 3b upon 2b is a rational number. But we have concluded that in first example that under root 5 is irrational number. So irrational number is equal to rational number, which is not true, and that's why our assumption is false. So 2 under root 5 plus 3 is rational is false, and that's why 2 under root 5 plus 3 is irrational number. So first prove that under root 5 is equal to irrational. You can also prove that under root 3 is also a irrational number. You can also prove that under root 7 is also a rational number. You have to use the same procedure. So this method can be used for root 2, root 3, root 5, even root 7, or for any root 11 number also. Well, similarly here any combination of rational and irrational number, you have to prove that irrational number, you can use this method. Now let me start example number 3. Prove that the following are irrational number. 3 examples are given to you in this question: 1 upon root 2, 7 root 5, and 6 plus root 2. Well, let me take first example, 1 upon root 2. You have to prove that 1 upon root 2 is irrational number. Again use same procedure. Suppose 1 upon root 2 is rational. So according to the definition of rational number, 1 upon under root 2 is equal to a by b, where a and b are co-prime number. So when you square on both the sides, 1 upon 2 is equal to a square upon b square. So you can write b square is equal to 2a square. So 2 is a factor of b square. So according to theorem number 1.3, we can say 2 is a factor of b. So you can write b is equal to 2c, because 2 is a factor of b. So we can write b is equal to 2c. Now square on both the sides, what you get? B square is equal to 4c square. So this is your equation number 1. This one is your equation number 2. Now compare these two equations. So you get 4c square is equal to 2a square. Therefore a square is equal to 4c square by 2. So a square is equal to 2c square. So you can say 2 is a factor of a square. So according to theorem number 1.3, we can say that 2 is also a factor of a. So here we have concluded that 2 is a factor of b. Here we have concluded that 2 is a factor of a. Means a and b have some common number, and that is 2, and that's why a and b are co-prime. This contradicts. So 2 is a common factor of a and b, which contradicts our assumption. What is our assumption? 1 upon root 2 is a rational number, is our assumption, is false, and that's why the true thing is 1 upon under root 2 is a irrational number. So in this exercise number 1.3, 3 examples are given to you. In third one, again 3 examples are given to you. So only 5 examples are there, and here you have to prove that the numbers are irrational number. You have to use indirect method, contradictory method. Well, let me start second example, that is 7 under root 5. Very simple example. 7 under root 5 is irrational. That you have to prove. Now assume that 7 under root 5 is a rational number. So you can write 7 under root 5 is equal to a by b, where a and b are co-prime. So under root 5 is equal to a upon 7b. So a and b are integers. So a upon 7b is a rational number. But you know, under root 5 is a rational number. But under root 5 is, we have proved this thing in the first example, and that's why, which contradicts our assumption. Therefore 7 under root 5 is rational, is not true. Rational is false. Therefore 7 under root 5 is irrational number. Very simple proof. Well, let me start 7. Third example. 6 plus root 2 is irrational. That you have to prove. Now assume that 6 plus root 2 is rational number. So you can say 6 plus root 2 is equal to a by b, where a and b are co-primes. So we can write root 2 is equal to a upon b minus 6. So root 2 is equal to a minus 6b upon b. Here you know a and b are integers. Therefore a minus 6b upon b is rational. But under root 2 is irrational number. Under root 2 is irrational number. We have proved this in the third example, because 1 upon root 2 is irrational, and that's why root 2 is also irrational number, and that's why, which contradicts our assumption. Which contradicts our assumption. And that's why 6 plus root 2 is irrational number. Well, so here we have completed exercise number 1.3. Only 3 examples are there. First example, that is prove that under root 5 is a irrational number. Second example, 3 plus 2 root 5 is irrational number. In third one, there are three examples. Again, you have to use same method, that is concept of rational number. Then you have to use theorem number 1.3, and by method of indirect proof or by method of contradictory, you can solve that the given number is an irrational number. So friends, in next time we will start a last portion of this chapter, and that is how to find out, check whether, or how to find out a decimal expansion of a rational number, or the expansion of a given rational number is terminating decimal expansion or non-terminating decimal expansion. We will solve this thing in the next period. Thank you, friends.